I'm flipping cars till I can afford a supercar. Something like a cheap Audi R8, Lamborghini Gallardo, Ferrari 360, something along those lines. This right here is flip car number 7. It's a 2016 Elantra that I paid $1,600 for. This what you're looking at here is flip car number 8. It's a 2013 Kia Rio 130k. I picked this up for $2,600. Now in this video, this one gets some body work done to it and it got inspected. This one right here, the cursed $1,600 Elantra, if you're following along, you know why it's cursed. We just put a clutch in this, runs good, drives great, no engine lights. Hopefully I got that curse broke. But it still needs this mirror replaced. It needs a wheel alignment and a couple other small odds and ends. That's enough talking, let's get to work. So our first repair here is going to be this bumper. And I think the best way to actually repair this bumper is just to take it completely off. Get my plastic welder, try to come in on the back of this, and try to stick this back together. Okay, so there's a few different things going on here. This one here is literally just lodged there. I'm gonna have to fix that. Back here, this fog light is literally hanging out, just a zip tie down here. I'm gonna have to fix that. I had all these rocks fall into my bumper. They're all over the floor. I wonder where they came from. Aside from those small little things, this here got to be fixed. I'm probably just going to line this up the best I can, and I'm going to come in on the back here with my plastic welder, and that's how I'm going to fix this. So what I'm using is these little clips that look like that, and pretty much that little corner perfectly fits down here to secure it. So you're still going to see the crack on the bumper, but at least it won't be flapping around. So you see this is coming off and it's not supposed to. So what I'm going to do is just line it up in here where it goes. One there and one up here. So this is secured on there, nice and tight. We got our bumper all repaired. Now before I get the bumper put back on the car, I'm going to fix up this little bit of rust here, and there's a little bit of rust on the back there as well that we're going to fix up. So next we got body work here, all of this, a little bit back on this corner. This here side is perfect. I just love doing body work. So just grind it off, taper up, put a bit of bondo on, sand it off, and paint it. It's not rocket appliance. You got it all taped up. You know, I just taped up mainly the door. I taped up here, try to stop some overspray from going up there and here. Same thing on this side, I just kind of taped it up. And here as well. I'm only going to be doing a small section here, so this should be fine. Now remember, we're not going for perfection here. This is a $5,500 Kia Rio. We're going for good enough, and we're going to make all this the same color. Shouldn't need too much bondo here. Most of this is just very, very minor surface rust. So we'll just be putting a little bit on there and spreading it off again. Now I just gotta wait for all this to dry, and then I get to sand it down. I just love that for me. Alright, so one coat of bondo I think is plenty on this little car. There was no big holes, there's nothing real serious, just a little bit of surface rust. So we went around with the rough sandpaper and that little sander. Got it all pretty good. I'm gonna go around here now with some 600 grit and I'm gonna finish sanding this off. I then gotta clean it, we gotta prime it, and then we gotta paint it. So let's get this done. So I'm gonna wait for it to dry a little bit. I'm gonna go around, probably put a couple more coats of primer on, and then we're on to the paint. So this is color match paint, it came from Napa. That's where I go to get all my paint mixed. Bars are pretty good there. I'm gonna let that dry now for a bit. I don't want to get any runs. I'm probably gonna do a total of 3 coats of this color. Primer, done. Paint, done. Next, time for some clear coat. All right, I'm as done as I'm gonna be with this paint job. I'm gonna let all this dry now overnight. So our paint is completely dry right now. I don't know how well you can see this, but there are some hard lines here. So I'm gonna pull all the tape off. I'm gonna get my front bumper back on. I might try to buff this out and see how it looks. And just like that, bumper's on. I'm gonna bring this up now. I got an appointment to get this thing inspected. After the inspection, I'll go ahead and wash it. I'll give it a detail and we'll get this thing up for sale. So far, I'm only into this thing for, I paid $2,600 for it. The parts, shout out A Premium, they were free. I paid 50 bucks for that spray can of paint. I already had the primer from the last flip and I had to buy a new Bondo, so that was probably about 30 bucks. So all in all, I'm still well into this car for less than 3 grand right now. So our profit margins are still looking pretty good considering I want to get around 5,500 bucks for this thing. Anyway, let's go get her inspected. In the last video, I almost got this thing done. I was this close, like this much. That little bit of close. And then the clutch decided to stop clutching. I just love that for me. So this is my list of work. This is the 16 Elantra. I almost had all my work done. I just had to take off a couple of vent visors and I had to paint a mirror. And then the clutch just stopped doing this freaking thing. But that's okay because today I got Mr. Transmission Jack from Vevor. I got Mr. Clutch Kit from A Premium. And I got Mr. Flywheel to go with it. So this car was cursed from the start. You could just tell it was one of those cars, man, that just kept on giving. So let's get this cursed car in and get the clutch put in it. Hopefully with my mechanic powers, I can break that curse and somebody else can get a lot of good use out of that flip car. So I strategically put this car here on the hill so when I got my parts I could just roll her out in the garage. See what I mean? I'm not as stupid as I look. So while I set this up on the ramp, here's a little reminder of why this car is cursed and what we done in the last flip video. All right, we got control arms, front and rear brakes, oxygen sensor, an oil change, and a clutch master cylinder from the scrapyard. Over here, we got our tires out the parts car. We got a mirror, some spare tire tools, and a seat belt that we needed as well. So we started off small with oxygen sensor, moved down to the oil change. Got our control arms all put in. We got all of our brakes done, front and back, pads and rotors, put our new wheels on, and then it was an interior detail. We actually gutted this entire interior to detail it. It was that bad. Then the clutch broke again. Here I am just complaining about how the clutch is broke. The car was almost done at this point in time. Okay, so first things first, this battery is stone dead now, so I'm going to take it out, I'm going to put it on charge. Hopefully I can save it and it's not too far gone. So while we're doing our work and removing this transmission, this battery can be charging up. Okay, so before I even start taking this transmission out, I'm going to go ahead and put this transmission jack together first. Just like Christmas. She's heavy. All right. Just like that. Got to put together. Huge shout out to Vevor for sending me out this transmission jack. Seems like top-notch quality, easy to use. Everything is adjustable. We got our little adjustable rods here. All these are adjustable and movable. So you can pretty much put whatever transmission you like here. So let's get this tranny plucked out of the car and put it to work. All right, so while I work like a dog, sweat my balls off, and get this transmission hauled out, go ahead, grab yourself a cold one, heave back on the couch, and enjoy this time lapse. I wish that's what I was doing. Alright, so everything up here is let go. I got my cables let go. I got my steering shaft let go inside because I got to drop the subframe now. I got all my bell housing bolts all out. Everything is disconnected from the transmission. So next, we got to put this up in the air. I got to drop my subframe down, and then we got to drop the transmission out of it. Nothing to it. Fun fact, I actually enjoy engine and transmission work. I don't know, I just like it. down. There we go. There we go. I need a... As you can see, I forgot a couple things there, right? Anyway, let's get those outer tie rod ends disconnected and I can finish taking out this frame. And yes, I know they make separators for that, but I got a hammer. Now this thing can come all the way down. Now you can get a much better look up here. I do have a transmission jack, but I don't have the brace that goes across the top to hold that engine up. But I might be able to just get something underneath the engine just to hold it. I just love the smell of gear oil. So the fluid is all out. Put my drain plug back in. Do not let me forget to fill this thing back up. I'm telling you guys, don't let me forget that. These axles, instead of taking them out from the hubs here and taking them completely out, because a lot of times they are seized in the hub, once you get your subframe removed, you'll already pop them out of the transmission, leave them in the hub, just let it turn, and there you just hook them on. Same thing with this side. Leave it in the hub, spin it around, and find somewhere to secure it to. What do you think failed? Drop a comment. Clutch, pressure plate, throw-up bearing. Who knows? Let's find out. It's about this point in time when you hope and pray you didn't forget anything up top. Because this is all disconnected. Now I understand it's a little sketchy. I got a ladder under the engine. I'm about to pluck out this transmission and there's nothing supporting it on this side. That's the point of the ladder. But trust the process, right? That was our last two bell housing bolts, so there is nothing holding this transmission in now. Okay. Yep. We're not catching on nothing, we're not hooking anything. She's just coming on down, smooth as butter. Nothing to it. Whew. I just love asbestos. Okay, so we got her all off. Look here, I don't see anything real obvious with this, honestly. But if you just listen here. There's something loose here in the clutch disc. Seems to be lots of life left in the disc itself though. Pressure plate, nothing obvious. There's nothing hanging off of it or anything. The only thing I can really figure is it must have been this throw-out bearing. Because if I'm pulling it back and forth, but you can see it's very like look, I can't, I'm pushing on this right now and it's not coming. So here's what I'm thinking is that, well, you can hear this. That bearing is a bit noisy. And if I try to like pull on this, like I am here now, this is very, very stiff. Like it's almost like seized onto the shaft there. So maybe that was the culprit. Anyway, whatever it was, it's all getting replaced. This better work when it goes back together. If not, we're gonna have a really big bonfire. Even the slave cylinder, I mean, I can push this back and forth. I mean, if you can see here, I can push this in with my fingers. So I don't think that was the culprit. I mean, it don't take much effort for me to push that back with my finger. I am gonna be getting a new slave cylinder as well. That way, everything in the clutch system can be brand new. It's all been replaced, and I've got no second thoughts on this. I'm feeling bad here this morning, so I got a chrome socket on my impact. So let's get this thing put up in place. I am actually going to torque this to spec. So I can say click, click this time and actually mean it. Now I just got to do that 6 more times. So next, Got my clutch tool that comes with the kit. This side right here says flywheel side, so we'll put that to the flywheel. Got my brand new pressure plate. Clean it off with a bit of brake clean. Okay. Oh my God, another torque wrench. How do I use this thing? Oh my God. Now remember, you want to go in a crisscross pattern with all of this stuff. When you got all that torque spec, pull out your clutch alignment tool. Now I can just put this alignment tool with the rest of my alignment tools that I've collected. These aren't even half of them. There were some that got thrown in the garbage. Some kits don't even come with alignment tools. These are just the ones that I'm after keeping. So next, we're going to haul out this old bearing. Just a little bit of high temp grease here. We're going to throw out bearing slides. Put it on all of our contact points. A little bit of lube never hurt nobody. Now we can slide on a new bearing. Oh yeah, look at that. Look how much easier this thing slides. I don't know if you remember the old one, it was catching and sticking when it was sliding here on the shaft. Look, oh my God. Just slides in and out so nice with a bit of lube on it. I don't even need to touch it, it just springs right back. Perfect. Once again, huge shout out to Vevor for sending me out this transmission jack. It's great quality, tough tools at a good price. Check them out, there'll be a link in the description. The right tools make the job so much easier. Okay, so as you can see, she's going up. If I get the clutch disc all lined up like it should be with that little clutch tool, this thing should just literally slide right in there. Now the good thing about this transmission jack is all this is adjustable. So when I get her up in place, I can literally just unscrew this to get the transmission to tilt at the right angle. Just like that. So next I'm going to put all the bell housing bolts in on the bottom, and then I'm going to jack the transmission back up in place and bolt it all together. Then I can take this jack out of it. We can continue this job. Next, we got to jack it the rest of the way up because these holes here got to line up with these long bolts. We can get rid of that very safe ladder. Hopefully this all don't fall right on my head. So final thoughts on this transmission jack is excellent. I've worked in a lot of dealerships in my lifetime, and this jack is up there with all the dealer quality stuff. So check out Vevor. There will be a link in the description. Now all of this, you're definitely going to want to torque it out of spec, whatever the spec is. If you don't see me torquing it up on camera, trust me, I definitely done it off camera. I'm going to go back to working like a dog and sweat my balls off. Enjoy this nice time lapse. What'd you say?
Fill up the transmission.
Oh yes, I got to put some gear oil in the transmission. Thanks for reminding me of that. Did I ever mention that I just love to smell gear oil? Let's get back to that time lapse. Now I gotta put all of this in there. And just like the blink of an eye, all of this is back together. First gear. Woo! Let's try reverse. And then she even goes backwards. The wheel is super off. We're gonna have to go back and fix that. We gotta get a wheel alignment anyways, but I'll just straighten it up the best I can on the steering shaft. We got all of our gears, 5th gear and 6th gear. Test drive went pretty well. All the gears are working, the clutch is working. I did go ahead and replace this clutch master cylinder. I didn't film it, I filmed it last time. I'll show you a few clips of when I picked up the second clutch master cylinder. We're back. let's do some shopping. There's nothing better than waking up early in the morning. It's a beautiful morning out, sun's shining, and going for a nice stroll in the junkyard. Sorry if you're a little bit squished or you're currently propped up in a fuse block cover, but I looked at all the Elantras, they're all automatics, and I need to get that clutch master cylinder that I broke, remember? So right here is a Hyundai Veloster. I'm gonna hope and pray that this got the same clutch master cylinder. So let's pop it out and see. I don't know if this is the same or not, so I'm just gonna look back on some old footage and see if I can find a part number or see if it looks alike. So I just looked back on some old footage and this looks to be the exact same clutch master cylinder. I just love that for me. Chuck that one back in the garbage. So that's that. This one just needs to be cleaned out. This one, maybe a couple of hours more work. This thing is done. So, as a lot of you guys know already, I'm a dealer now. The registration process is a bit different when you're a dealer. So I'm waiting on registrations. This is the 3rd week now that I've been waiting on these registrations. I was expecting them early last week. This is early now the next week. This is Monday. I still don't have registrations, but that's really what's holding me up. I'm going to get 2 of these cars banged out real quick within the next couple of days, and I just need the registrations. As soon as I get those registrations, these things will be going up for sale. They'll be going up for relatively good prices, so I don't think they'll last very long. $5,500 for this one, probably around 7 or 8 grand for this one. That's not bad prices considering 2 of these cars will be sold, inspected, ready for the road. So please like, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.